So we've been waiting for this series for like ever. From your guys' perspective, do you feel like this is a big anticipated series?
No, I mean, I think everybody kind of figured it would get to this point, but we just been focused on us and trying to strengthen the group. I mean, we haven't been necessarily looking forward to any particular opponent.
Is getting up going to be an issue, you think? Or
No, I mean at this stage, I mean it's the West. It's 4 teams left, and we're 8 wins away from getting a championship again. So, I mean, you got to be able to find it at this stage of the season
and keep it, right?
Yeah, and keep it. Yeah, absolutely.
How much, you know Chris pretty well, right? Like, what's this been like for him, knowing that he has a chance to win a championship?
I mean, I think it's been a good season in terms of what you want to get out of it in terms of a player. You want to be healthy, want to be playing good basketball. He's been closing games for him like crazy, particularly in that Utah series. But he's in a bit of uncharted territory in terms of this round. So, we're just going to play. We're going to attack. We're going to approach, particularly game one, very, very loosely, I think, because, again, start on the road. We're just trying to get one. Pressure's on them. So I think we'll be fine. But, personally, man, it's good for them to get to this stage, I think. But it's going to be very competitive, very hard-fought series.
You played with him when he was, you guys played together in New Orleans, and how was it, that one year when he was up for MVP and you guys were in the playoffs that time? How good of a 1-2 punch did you guys? How comfortable were you guys with each other?
We were pretty good, pretty good group. I think we grew up together in terms of learning how to, be effective, get our NBA legs under us, do some building stages early on. Who knows what that team would have done had we stayed together. But it was a good run. That's really pretty much it. It was just really like a starting point for both of us in our careers, and it helped propel us forward.
You ever look at that 1 year, because that was you guys were 1 and 2 in the Western Conference all year. Do you look at that as maybe one of the missed opportunities that you guys could have done something together?
Yeah, I mean, it's probably that year, few years. Just there's no special formula, man. I mean, everything's damn near got to go right, and that's from health to the roster to coaching to moves up in terms of the front office. I mean, everything's got to be damn near perfect, and very few organizations achieve that sort of chemistry and synergy. So we just weren't prepared, in terms of just where we were in our careers to take that next step. Yeah.
You play with Chris Paul. You play with Steph Curry. Can they be more different, those two, or are they the same?
No, definitely not the same. I think obviously Steph is a different animal in terms of his approach to the offensive side of the ball and how dynamic he is, and his ability to to really change the game, not just the game he's playing, but the game and how we look and perceive the game. I think when Chris came in the league, there were so many established point guards, and then he was a part of that crop that was supposed to carry the mantra on. I think Steph came in and just created his own space. I think with Chris you can find some similarities between him and Isaiah, in terms of the way they pass and their ability to finish, particularly early on. But I don't think we quite have seen anybody like Steph. So Steph sort of is creating this space or this wave on his own.
Personality-wise, how different are they? I imagine you probably have to
go
nose to nose with Chris Paul sometimes.
Yeah. But I think probably Steph is a bit more reserved, just as edgy. I think they both have an edge, but Steph is probably a bit more reserved, a bit more calculated. I think he's lost his temper in terms of my perspective one time. I think that was in Memphis when he threw the mouthpiece. The CP will get there quicker, a lot more often. Yeah.
How do you think Chris has internalized just the things he's gone through where you alluded to with New Orleans, some of those platforms falling short, but then with the Clippers, with early exits and some of those with injuries and all that? How have you seen him internalize those things?
Yeah, I don't know. I know a couple of those losses with the Clippers hurt. You know, they were pretty bad. Just in terms of, you know, when you're a competitor and you want to win, anytime you come up short, it hurts. But I think he's one of those guys maybe put a little bit more on himself in terms of being able to get through. And then I think a year or two they might have been up 3-1 a couple times and got crushed. So I think it's just been a focus for him, you know, to break through. I think that was part of the decision in going to Houston and not going to some other places because he wanted a shot at it.
Some of these series, the last one, now this one, the bigs are fast, athletic guys. You, different kind of player. What's your approach when you're going against, especially a guy like Capella or Anthony Davis is playing center? You gotta.
You know, my approach is pretty much the same.
Body blows.
Yeah, I mean, when you get an opportunity, but more than anything, it's just you know, about the type of flow that we want to create, you know, for our group. And against the Pelicans, you just didn't want to risk anything, just in terms of their, you know, because of their pace and how fast they get up and down the floor. But just figuring out how to be effective. You know, for me, it doesn't change. I mean, when I get out there, try to be effective, try to have an impact for however long I'm out there. I mean, that's just my focus. You know, against these guys, you know, I think there's a bit of a difference because they don't necessarily move the ball. You know, it's really hard in CP, you know, just the dribble show. So we just got to be disciplined, don't foul, you know, force them to be efficient. We know they're going to get shot attempts and we know they're going to score, but just don't foul, you know, and be efficient, or make them be efficient, make them make shot after shot after shot.
You kind of want to get one good foul in, right?
I mean, it's a part of the game, but you know, we're going to compete. It's going to be a very competitive series, and we're looking forward to it. Cool.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.